All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining today. We're going to do a short meditation class and we'll get started on our backs. You can start with your legs out long, more of a Shavasana pose, or you can start with knees bent and feet flat on the ground. Arms wherever they're comfortable, whether you want them to be more restful at your sides or more of an opening, a stretch, goalpost arms. You choose. Then let your eyes soften or close. And let yourself land here in this practice. Let it be a place where you can stop. Where you can stop the other activities of your day. Where you invite thoughts and plans to stop as well. You can even let go of extra movement and embrace the stillness. With nothing to do here. Sometimes that feeling of stopping can be strange. It can be so unusual that it feels stressful in a way. So for today's practice, I invite you to think of it as more of a way to find freedom and allowing. Like giving yourself permission to do nothing. Let your awareness go onto your breath. Soften around your ribs so that inhales and exhales can flow freely here. Often in a yoga class, we'll work with the breath, we'll change it, change the pattern or the rhythm. But in today's meditation, you don't even have to do that. You can just let it flow in its own rhythm and simply observe. Let's keep this awareness of the breath. And if you'd like to join in for some gentle opening stretches, you're welcome to. As you're ready, take arms past your ears and lengthen out through your legs. A full body stretch. You can reach through one side and through the other. Spread out fingers and toes. We'll take right fingers around left wrist. Take your upper body over to the right side. Keep both legs straight as you take them over to the right as well. And we'll start with this crescent moon or banana pose. Often in yoga, the pose is the main focus. Can you let the breath and the stillness within this shape be your focus here? Soften around your neck and your jaw, and make your way back to center. And we'll go over to the second side, left fingers around right wrist. Upper body goes over to the left. Both legs stay straight as you take them over to the left. A banana or a crescent moon over to the other side. And if it feels extreme anywhere in your low back or your neck, do a little bit less of an arch. Soften around your ribs. Notice your breath. And come on back to center. One at a time, plant your feet, knees pointed up towards the sky. And a slow windshield wiper of your knees. Both go over to the right and eventually over to the left. Take this at your own pace a couple of times. Some very gentle twists happening here. And then let your knees land in center, both feet flat. One really interesting about this idea of stopping is that we can use it when we're in complete stillness, but we can also use it through movement, whether that's on our mats or in our daily lives, as a way of directing our activities, directing our thoughts even, so that we can choose the thing that we want to do or focus on, like windshield wipering the knees, but stopping the excess from coming through. So stopping the neck from over tightening, or stopping the extra fidgeting that we don't want. I know I'm guilty of that one. Even granting ourselves permission not to do the worrying about what comes later in the day, in this moment. So take just a few moments here and consider what that might feel like, cultivating the practice of stopping the excess. in a moment we'll meet in a seat. So go ahead and roll over to one side and press yourself up. You can sit right on the ground, or you can sit on a block or a couple of pillows, whatever feels comfortable. And then we'll reach the arms out to the side. Take up space, reach through fingers, hands reach up overhead. Hands come to heart center. Let's do that one more time. Hands reach out and up. You can even glance up towards your thumbs. Hands come to heart. And let them rest down on your thighs. Palms can face up or down. One last little bit of movement for our practice today. Turn your head over to the right as if you were looking out over your shoulder. Notice your breath there. And we'll tip right ear to right shoulder. And a slow roll chin to chest. Even back and forth once or twice, if that feels useful. Head lands in neutral. And then turns over to the left side. Notice your breath here. Left ear tips to left shoulder. And a slow roll chin to chest. Side to side once or twice if you'd like. Head lands in neutral. Last time, hands sweep high overhead. Maybe you take a big breath in with this one. And sigh it out as hands come to your heart. You can keep them there or rest them on your thighs. Soften around your ribs, your shoulders, and even between your eyebrows. What does it feel like to give yourself permission to stop all of the extras just for a few moments in your day? To focus on yourself and your breath. Around a year or two ago, I noticed myself doing this kind of funny new habit. Anytime I found myself getting into a spiral of anxiety or following some line of thought that wasn't super helpful, I would imagine a big rectangular red button in my mind, and on the button it just says stop. And then I would just imagine myself pressing this big imaginary button. And I was kind of surprised at how effective it was at interrupting that thought spiral. So, for just the next few moments of practice, see if you can notice what thoughts pop up in your mind, as if they were showing up on a TV screen in front of you. It might be thoughts about what's for lunch, plans for the day, whatever it is. But instead of following along those thoughts, let's try to press the stop button to come back to the breath. You can use the button imagery or just a little reminder to yourself, whatever way is effective. And remember, it's a gentle stop. It's not forceful or strict in any way. Let's try that on for a few moments. In just a moment, we'll head into our final silent meditation. If it's going well seated, you can stay here. If you'd like to lie on your back once again, feel free to make your way down. And we'll seal this practice today with 5 minutes of silent meditation. You can continue with noticing thoughts as they arise, and pressing the stop button on them, or you can try following the rhythm of breath like we did at the beginning. Choose one of those and let it be your guide for the next couple of moments. And I'll let you know when it's time to wrap up. Final meditation. as we move towards the end of our meditation and out and into the rest of the day. Remember that stopping doesn't have to mean freezing. It doesn't mean bringing a complete end or stifling to everything that's happening. It's about redirecting and choosing where our awareness and energy goes, so that we have freedom to choose how we spend our time and how we engage with ourselves and the world around us. Notice your breath. Together we'll bring palms together at heart center and seal our practice with a final easy breath in and out. I invite you to close your practice with a bow or any gesture that's meaningful to you. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.